Hey guys, Shadowmaster EX here, and I am back once more bringing you guys some more Trainer Card Wednesday. And as you will know, I told you guys last week, and even if I didn't, you can pretty much figure it out by the trend. But today we are covering this. I almost said the Sinnoh region, but I meant the Unova region. And I actually said that I thought this was going to be really hard because I don't really like a whole lot of Unova Pokemon, but I mean, apparently it didn't kill me because I picked 6 and I actually kind of like this team because there are some pretty decent competitive Pokemon from Unova. So let's just go ahead and get right into it, starting with Cafigrigus, or Cafagrigus. I'm not really sure how you say his name. But I always name mine DOA, Dead on Arrival, because I mean he's a freaking coffin. He's a ghost, he's a coffin. It doesn't get much deader than that. We run a Chesto Berry set on him, Bold Nature, so he can take... He's physically defensive, he's got really good physical defense. I'm pretty sure the one I have has somewhere in like the 200s of defense, and that's only at level 50 I think. I'm pretty sure, because I didn't raise this thing very high, I don't think. Abilities standard across the board, Mummy I'm pretty sure, and we run Hex, Will-O-Wisp, Calm Mind, and Rest. The goal of the set is pretty much taking advantage of his good physical defense and using Calm Mind to boost his special defense. Power up his Hex by using Will-O-Wisp to cripple your opponent, so if you burn a physical attacker, they're never killing you. There's no chance in hell they're going to kill you with a physical attack. And in the off chance you do get low on health, you've got Rest and Chesto Berry to recover your strength and get back to full health, which is what you really want to do. You want to preserve your Cafigrigus. Next we have Ferrothorn. I don't generally have a nickname for Ferrothorn, because I honestly don't use Ferrothorn a whole lot, but I know for a fact that Ferrothorn is a really good competitive Pokemon. He's very, very defensive, and then when you combine our set having Rocky Helmet and Iron Barbs, you get to do so much damage without even attacking. You take an attack, which you can do because Gentle Nature, I'm pretty sure it's a defense increasing nature. It's one of the ones that I don't honestly use a whole lot. I use Impish and Bold a lot more for far as like physical defense, but I'm pretty sure Gentle's a physically defensive nature as well. I just can't remember what it drops. I feel like that drops special attack, possibly. I'm not really sure. But we have Thunder Wave, Spikes, Leech Seed, and Stealth Rocks as our moveset. This is a complete utility Pokemon. There's no offense on it whatsoever. The goal is to just set your side of the field up. You get the rocks up, get the spikes up, and if you want, you can T-Wave or Leech Seed. It's optional depending on the situation. Like, don't stay in on a fire type and try and do all this. Don't stay in on a special attacker and try and do all this, because Ferrothorn does not thrive in either of those scenarios. He's good for fighting physical attackers, and he's just a good setup Pokemon when you want to get the game going in your favor, so throw him out usually towards the beginning of the battle, because having those entry hazards up will in fact make a huge difference in the game. Next we have Darmanitan, who I call mine Sasuke only because, you know, if you watch Naruto, Sasuke is a fire-based ninja. The whole Uchiha clan pretty much is, at least to my knowledge, because I haven't actually seen the vast majority or even an insignificant minority of Shippuden. But from what I know, Sasuke shoots fire, Darmanitan can shoot fire as well. We run a Choice Scarf Jolly set with Sheer Force, and wow, sorry, that was my phone in the background, guys. My bad. I will turn the sound off on that, and wow, so unprofessional today. But we run Flare Blitz, Rock Slide, Earthquake, and U-Turn. Because we have a Choice Scarf, I think that doubles your speed. I'm not really sure what the multiplier on that is, but I can tell you for a fact that this will outspeed pretty much anything you send it in against, as long as that thing is not like naturally faster and has a scarf as well. which is why we have Flare Blitz, a Stab, and Rock Slide and Earthquake for coverage, but at the same time we have U-Turn in case the matchup isn't good, because it's best to just go for an attack and get the damage off to switch, rather than just making a hard switch into another Pokemon and then taking a hit, because you're behind in that case. At least if you use U-Turn, and even on the right Pokemon, in the right circumstance, you could even get a kill by using the U-Turn, because I don't know if this is just the universal set for Darmanitan. It could be, and if that's the case, people will see it coming, so they won't send in like Latios or anything, but you can still do a decent chunk to certain Pokemon, regardless of the type matchup, and you're still preserving your Darmanitan. Next, we have Mandibuzz, or how I like to call my Mandibuzz, Mandala, because that, who does not think that is a sweet word? That's a sweet word, sweet name. We run Leftovers on it, and we run an Impish Nature, because again, this is another defensive Pokemon. Ferrothorn, Cofagrigus, and Mandibuzz are defensive Pokemon. This team is in no way meant for sweeping, really. Like, you get the hazards up, and you play off of that. And in case your hazards are on your side of the field, and maybe you just didn't get a chance to set up with Ferrothorn, or maybe the situation doesn't call for setting up, we have Defog on Mandibuzz to save ourselves from being victims of Stealth Rocks or Spice, or even Leech Seed, really. We have Roost to keep Mandala alive, Foul Play, because, I mean, decent attack on this thing. I can't really do anything else you'd want. I mean, you could probably run, I don't really know. I don't know, but Foul Play is decent on, it's a really decent move for Mandibuzz. Most of them are running it, along with Taunt, because that stops other Ferrothorns from doing, like, if this thing fought our Ferrothorn would be useless. We could not use it at all. So we'd be in instant struggle range. So Taunt is a very useful move in most, well, not most situations, but on most, okay, let me rephrase. Taunt is a very useful move to prevent hazards and to prevent Pokemon from setting up on you. Those are the two things that lead to defeat more often than not. I mean, there's also misplaying, and there's also just horrible team matchups. But you can't really do anything against that. Next, we have Galvantula. I named mine Gallant. You would I feel like that's a better name for a Gallade, but I honestly don't have very many nicknames for Galvantula because I'm not a huge Galvantula user. I use it as support because, as you'll see on the moveset, it does get Sticky Web. We run Focus Sash to be sure we get off the Sticky Web, Modest Nature in case you want to attack, and Compound Eyes is our ability to boost our accuracy so Thunder won't miss as frequently as it does if you don't have the ability. We also have Bug Buzz as Stab, and Volt Switch as, again, another form of Stab, but also as our Electric type variant of U-Turn, so in case the matchup is that bad, you can just get out. And then last but not least, we have Deep Blue the Jellicent, and I'm not gonna lie, Jellicent has always been one of the coolest water types to me. Like, as soon as I saw that thing, I was like, you know what? This is a really cool freaking water type. I love this thing. It's so awesome. This is our only specially defensive Pokemon outside of a Calm Mind boosted Cofagrigus, which is pretty much going to be the go-to in case special attackers come in. Outside of that, the best thing to do is have Cofagrigus, who has his Calm Minds up, or have Jellicent out and prepared to take the hits. So we run Calm Nature, Leftovers again, keeping it alive, and we have Water Absorb as an ability, so that way we can send it in against other water types, or just send it in on a water type move we think's coming in, and we can get our health back that way. We also run Scald as Stab, Energy Ball for coverage, Shadow Ball as Stab for our Ghost typing, and Recover as another means of restoring our health. So between having Water Absorb, recover, and leftovers. The goal is to keep Jellicent alive. Keep it alive and kicking. Well, that's gonna be it for today, guys. Next week, we will be tackling my favorite region so far. It's got so many nice Pokemon in it. We will be looking at the Kalos region, and oh man, I'm getting ideas of what I want to be on that team already. I probably can't do a video that's just like this one. I don't know, I'm gonna have to check, because the website I use, I don't know how well its support is for Kalos, but I'm gonna look into it, and I'm gonna try, and there's definitely going to be another Trainer Card Wednesday episode next week. I just can't promise how it's gonna look. So if you guys enjoyed, leave a like and a comment down below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.